Hi out there, I'm Nicholas our Cicada. You know what I've always noticed is that there are a lot of recreational chess clubs and chess championships and the like. I've noticed a smug attitude around every single chess champion nationwide. I play chess, so I'm better than you. I don't know what it is exactly about chess that gives these doofuses the idea that they're better than anyone who plays checkers. But for the life of me, I can't play chess for shit. This might be a controversial opinion, but I think checkers is a superior game to chess. It's easier to memorize, there aren't like 50 different pieces that all have different moves, and it's just way more fun. I guess in the board game sphere, nobody cares about having fun. All anyone cares about is bragging rights. I won the 2013 Chess World Open. I'm the chess champion, baby. This kind of attitude is really insufferable. I can't stand gamers, I'm on record saying that, but the chess crowd, don't even get me started. I get the idea that people are all snobbity and uppity about chess just because it's millennial old and it's one of the oldest games that people have invented. But something being that old doesn't necessarily mean it's good. Much like how I think Mark Twain was an absolute hack of an author, and much funnier writers have popped up in American literature since his death. I think chess's reputation as the greatest board game mainly just comes because it's in the public domain and nobody has to pay licensing rights. But I say fuck the public domain. We need to be competing with more up-to-date, exciting, thrilling type board games. And it's not even like the competitive field is averse to using copyrighted content. I remember back when I was in high school and we had a fucking esports league. And it was like, you can play Fortnite and League of Legends and Overwatch and be considered an e-athlete. I was like, give me a fucking break. You don't have any club dedicated to other board games besides chess? There are tens of thousands of them out there. They're one of the most versatile mediums humanity has ever created. Board games are way fucking better than video games because they encourage social interaction and human connection. Board games require strategy and wit, and you're not playing against a fucking computer. You're playing against a human competitor. And maybe that's what draws people to chess. But I think chess fucking sucks. So, in the interest of being fair, in the interest of drawing the line, and showing exactly where my sentiment lies, I've decided to become the Kerplunk Champion. That's right, when I saw this baby out in the wild, I couldn't resist snatching it up and becoming the tops in the game. Now all you chess wizards out there might be saying, oh, well, my queen beats your bishop or whatever. And to that I say, Kerplunk is a much more complex and thrilling game than you'll ever know. It involves extreme deception. It's a game of wits and might, made for only the most taught and frenetic of players. Kerplunk is the type of game that can turn your blood to ice and your adrenaline levels up to 1,000 if you don't watch out. Kerplunk is not for the faint of heart. That's it. I'm gonna start playing Kerplunk competitively. How do you like them apples? Ooh, you think you're really special for figuring out the Queen's Gambit move, huh? Well, I'm gonna learn all the specific strategy and know-how on Kerplunk. I am going to become the best freaking Kerplunk player that the world has ever seen. I am going to become an absolute legend among the competitive Kerplunk circles, alright? Nobody can stop me from doing this because the world is my oyster and I have infinite time on my hands. And just like any well-honed board game, Kerplunk requires patience to learn, a lifetime to master. You might think you're pretty damn sharp for moving queen into B2 orbit 1 or whatever the fuck, but can you memorize all the positions of the skinny sticks in Kerplunk? Yeah, I didn't think so. If you really think about it, Kerplunk is a game designed for those who have ascended to a higher frame of mind. Checkmate, chess nerds. You know, there's always the image of, oh, you know, I'm the chess nerd, I'm scheming away in my basement, I'm little Bobby Fischer, I'm the underdog genius intellect, I'm so smart for playing chess. Ooh, look at me. I'm a genius of some kind. You might think Kerplunk looks deceptively simple. 15 sticks, 9 marbles. Well, how intricate can it really get? I ask you. Oh, you think you're special for playing Overwatch, huh? You've got the most kills in COD, or Team Counter-Strike 2 Avengers Revenge. Well, guess what? I'm playing Kerplunk over here. Did you know that the inventor of Kerplunk is currently 103 years old? I doubt the inventor of chess is still alive. Oh man, here we go. It's time to drop the marbles in. This is way more interesting than whatever chess moves you can pull. Oh damn, you thought that Magnus Carlsen shit was interesting? Well, watch out, Magnus Carlsen. I'm playing a way more interesting game than you could ever play. I'm on a whole nother fucking level. I'm the Kerplunk Champion, bitch. Now we're talking. The action is lined up. Pure suspense. 9 marbles and 15 sticks. 7 blue skinny sticks and 8 red skinny sticks. This is going to be difficult. Here we are amid the action. Now, the real challenge of Kerplunk that you might not be able to appreciate upon first glance if you're an absolute chess pleb is that you have to eventually have some marbles fall. There is no possible way that the marbles can remain levitated inside this suspenseful plastic tube if alternating players keep removing sticks successively. One way or the other, one Kerplunk champion is going to go down. Will it be you, or will it be me? Yes! I did it! I did it. See that? I thought it got me. That got the best of me. But I managed. Yes! Another one! You think Queen to Bishop's whatever the fuck is important? No, this is important. This is the real world here. Okay, now the action is really important right now. I'm about to pull it out. Yeah, that's alright. Come on, yeah! Oh man, this is getting tense. This is way more tense than every fucking chess tournament that you've ever seen, I guarantee you that. This is way more intense than the gaming moments. Oh, hi! I'm Gerard Gamer. I'm about to speedrun Mario's Kingdom 3. I don't care about your little plumber man. Some things in life are more important. I've removed almost half the sticks that are available in standard Kerplunk. I may very well become the first ever perfect Kerplunker. That is, I might become the first person ever to remove all the sticks and the marbles just kind of hang there in the middle of the tube for no particular reason. That would be a perfect game of Kerplunk. That would be a game of Kerplunk so magnanimous, so unavoidable, that the history books would have to remember me. Let's see how this goes. Ah, fucker! Well, there are still 6 marbles up here, so maybe I'll be able to play a semi-perfect game of Kerplunk. Maybe, somehow, against all odds, and against all physics, those 6 marbles will still be levitating up in the middle here. Fuck! You know, it's just like Tai Chi, the most dedicated martial arts. All you need is a steady hand, and a calm, zen-like bliss, and you can approach it, and you can come through the other side, forged, changed, like the result of a stoic furnace, billowing in the ash. Fuck! This is more difficult than I imagined, but I think I can make it. Come on now. That marble isn't going to fall. It looks like it's going to fall, but I know I can play a perfect game. Or a near perfect game. At least one of these marbles is going to be levitating in the middle by the time I'm done with this one. Fuck! Okay, well, 1 marble left. You know, if I'm ever gonna compete in, like, a professional capacity in Kerplunk, the way you see all these chess champions do, I need to be able to make it so that the marbles just don't fall. I need to clear that from my head like all the great chess champions do. Don't fall. Don't fucking fall. I know you're going to fall, because that's what physics say you'll do, but just don't fall, because, you know, I want to be the perfect Kerplunk player, just like all these chess guys I see. Oh, come on! All 9 marbles. Dropped. Kerplunked. You know what? I'm not going to let this stop me. I am going to become the greatest competitive Kerplunk player that the fucking world has ever known. Mark my words. I am completely dedicated to mastering this inane craft, just to show the chess players up. In 10 years, I'm going to be such a great Kerplunk player that the marble will not only stay levitating in the middle of the tube here and not go kerplunk, it'll actually rise all the way up to the top and fall out the hole here. Just like that. How do you like them apples, huh? I am going to use my sheer mental fortitude and skill so that the marbles simply do not fall out of this fucking tube. You think your fucking Donkey Kong record is impressive? Well, I'm about to show you up on the Kerplunk. This is the greatest gaming console you've ever seen. Everyone else is like, ooh, I got a PlayStation. Ooh, I got an Xbox. Well, I got a fucking Kerplunk right here. When you're playing Kerplunk, it's literally impossible to become bored. I give Kerplunk 10 out of 10 as a board game. It is quite possibly the best board game I've ever played, and it kicks chess's lame ass any day of the week. The amount of action in this game, the amount of frenetic movement, the deception involved. Can you imagine playing Kerplunk competitively and having to fool your opponent? Having to make them think that you're weak, even though you're strong, even though in the back of your mind you're devising 60,000 intelligent stratagems against them. You have to feign ignorance. You have to feign stupidity. You have to pick that one skinny stick and hope that they don't call you out on it. Hope that they don't notice your bluff. Yeah, I'd say I'm about all rounded out to become the absolute fucking Kerplunk champion of the entire fucking world here. Nobody is going to dare face me in a game of competitive Kerplunk when all this is panned out. Everyone is going to fear my name from coast to coast. I'll be an absolute Kerplunk legend. A shadowy whisper on the fringe of the Kerplunk circuit. You know, there'll be a professional Kerplunk tournament. Really high stakes. 50,000 bet on one game. And I'll be like, oh wow, you know, oh this is high stakes. And then suddenly I'll walk in the door. I'll be there, and I'll have my Kerplunk on me. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, no, we didn't see this coming. He's going to plunk us into oblivion. He's going to plunk so hard that we won't know what hit us. He's going to completely ruin all the stakes. Yeah, I've come to realize that maybe Kerplunk is the game for me. Oh, you think you're pretty special with your 50 verified Call of Duty kills in Warzone Battlefront Hostage Situation 3 Stockholm Syndrome Edition. You might think you're pretty sharp for your 3 Fortnite Battle Royalos, but guess what? Kerplunk is coming to town, and Kerplunk doesn't fuck around. I just want to point out, I'm not sponsored by Kerplunk or anything, and I'm not sponsored by fucking Hasbro. In fact, I hate Hasbro and their monopolization of the board game industry, and I think they prevent a lot of important innovation being made in board games. I also think, really, that they prevent board games from being thought of in an innovative or competitive light, even though at their best, board games can absolutely be as fucking thrilling as video games. In fact, way more thrilling than video games, because board games are fucking real and video games are virtual, and they're a pre-programmed set of coincidences that happen on computer logic, and board games happen in the real world. So there are hypothetically way more variables to a board game than there could ever possibly be with a video game, and that's just why I happen to prefer board games as a fucking medium. I especially like board games that aren't actually played on a board, like Kerplunk. I just think that Kerplunk deserves way more credit as a competitive game, as a game that people can really sink their fucking teeth into and get the hang of. I hope to see a day when all the chess clubs are gone and all the annoying Poindexters who once populated them have stopped playing chess and moved on to Kerplunk, because Kerplunk is a game for intellectuals. Kerplunk is a game for the hoi polloi of the board game sphere. Kerplunk is a game not for the faint of heart. It will break you. I'm going to get 50,000 verified plunks in Kerplunk. I hope to see a highly rigid, codified market spring up around Kerplunk where people actually form full-on Kerplunk leagues. Like, surely if we can form a whole competitive attitude around fucking Donkey Kong, which is a game about some plumber asshat climbing a bunch of ladders to do battle with a fucking ape, we can at least give Kerplunk its due credit, can't we? If we're going to become legitimately invested in fucking video games and act like Billy Mitchell is someone worth giving a shit about, Surely we can give a shit about Kerplunk. Surely we can honor the fallen heroes and competitive spirit of this all-American classic here. Surely it's Kerplunk's hour to shine. I hope to see a competitive attitude emerge around Kerplunk so fervent, so rabid, that you can only use the original 1967 Ideal Edition. None of the new Hasbro shit. That shit is not allowed in any competitive arena. You can only use the 1967 Ideal Edition, or it is not considered valid. It is considered null and void. I hope to see Kerplunk become a widely embraced pastime worldwide. I hope to see Kerplunk become the most played board game of all time, hands down, period, no questions asked. I hope to see this dark horse rise from the ashes and earn its place as a really, really fucking great, well-designed board game that is better than every video game ever created. Do you think you're important for beating Halo on Ghost Mode in Unreal Engine x5? Well, I've got news for you, baby. Kerplunk is about to plunk you out of this world. Kerplunk is about to break down what you consider to be the fundamental building blocks and categorizations of reality. And if it doesn't do that for you, man, then you might just want to stay out of the kitchen if you can't handle the heat. You get what I'm saying? I'm about to Kerplunk so fucking hard. I'm about to plunk harder than anyone has ever plunked. Yeah, that's how you Kerplunk it, man. That's how you do it. Yeah, fall. That's how you Kerplunk it. I've been Nicholas R. Cicada, and I think this is history in the making.